The Team 2's Widowmaker is looking a little sus. I mentioned this earlier. It's always the sniper that's usually smurfing, but so this is actually a lot harder than I thought. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Hey guys, Fran here, and today I'm going to be playing Spot the Smurf. So I'm given a game here full of diamonds and platinums, and one person on each team is actually secretly smurfing, and it's my job right now to find out who it is. So we're gonna go ahead and just get this gameplay started. I can bet you guys that I can probably find it within the first minute. The first round I probably can find both smurfs, but you know, I'm getting a little cocky here. I don't know any of these players, I don't recognize any of their names, so I'm going in blind. I'm really excited. I have a feeling it's probably gonna be the snipers. Dude, everyone always knows it's a sniper smurf in lower ratings. It's always the Widow player that has a private profile, bronze border, but we'll see. We'll see here. So right now, Team 1 is running that's actually a really standard comp. That's meta right now. And then Team 2 isn't running a meta comp at all. So it's gonna be hard to find who's smurfing on Team 2 when they're running kind of like an off-meta team comp. But Team 1, since I played this comp a lot, I can probably tell. So far, no indication though. The Team 2's Widowmaker is looking a little sus. I mentioned this earlier. It's always the sniper that's usually smurfing, but I think that was just poor positional errors by Team 1 there. They just kind of let their backs open to the Widow, so you could kind of safely assume that the tanks aren't the GM, but we'll see. I mean, the first fight is usually not terribly indicative of who is carrying, but okay, so Raja, oh, another snipe from the Widow from Team 2, so let's view his POV, because it seems like he's just making so much space for his team with these picks. So positionally, he's a good player, because that's a very common position for Widowmakers. Obviously his aim is really above average. Oh my gosh. Okay. He has decent movement, I'm not gonna lie. This guy, if I had to pick already, it would probably be the Widow on Team 2. But you know what, let me go through every single person before this round is over. Okay, so the Winston jump wasn't very good there, but then again, their fight was kind of over already. Yeah, I'm going to say no one from Team 1's tank line is the smurf, but let's go ahead and view the supports. We haven't seen much support gameplay here. Ooh, see, it's kind of hard to tell with supports, especially if you're on Mora, because there is no difference between a Platinum Mora and a Grandmaster Mora. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Maybe I can be with the Baptiste. Maybe the Baptiste will give it away. Okay, so he has, you know, some nice aim, but he just randomly uses shift. That's one thing I noticed about, you know, lower SR players. They kind of just randomly use their cooldowns regardless of what's going on. They just spam it. Not that his shift would have mattered anyways. That round is a little bit over. But we need more. We need to spend more time on each. I think I'm done with Team 2. I'm just gonna say it right now. I think it's the Widow. But there is a thing where there are really good Widowmakers that are in Platinum and under in, like, you know, Widow aim lobbies, but they have horrible game sense. That's what keeps them in Platinum. But like I said, the positioning kind of gives it away a bit. But I'm gonna go ahead and just continue analyzing Team 1, because it's kind of hard to tell who's doing well when the whole team is losing, you know? Like, it's hard to dictate who's good on the team when the whole team's losing as a whole, because you're gonna feel suffocated when you play the game. Okay, that was a really nice flashbang. This guy has really good aim. Wow. So one thing I definitely noticed about players in Diamond and Under, a lot of them actually do have great aim, but they make really poor decisions and their game sense is a little off. Another thing that pretty much differentiates between a higher rating player and a lower rating player is actually the use of the map and structures. So you can just tell by if they're just standing out in the open, blowing cooldowns. They're probably not in Grandmasters or higher, but sometimes a diamond can actually out-aim a top 500 player. But that being said, I'm starting to think the McCree actually might be the secret Smurf. Because he does have really good movement, and I mean, I'm assuming he has a good shot calling, since it seemed like he did call for the bubble there for the high noon play. I'm just assuming, I don't have comms or anything, but let's go ahead and watch Tokyo instead, because I want to see if the supports are actually the Smurf that are enabling the DPS play there. Okay. So that was a good beat. However, it's a nano blade, and he did jump during the use of the beat, so it, you know, had more airtime to land. So I'm starting to, I don't think that person is smurfing, but let's go ahead and view their Team 1's Ana. I'm already set on Team 2, guys. I'm already set on Team 2. I know that Genji smurfing, the Widow Genji player. Okay. So the reason why I don't really think the tanks are smurfing here is because they aren't allowing much space for the rest of their team, and they're just kind of blowing ults for no reason. Like, the grab was good, but it's always, this is my opinion, and a lot of people can disagree, but I think it's way better to ult in a losing fight to bring the fight back than ult in a winning fight and just waste the ult because you already, like, won the fight anyways. But it's Koth, so Koth is pretty much another word for team deathmatch. You might as well just, it's whoever dies. You might as well secure the kills. Okay, the grab comes out. The enemy Ana already used nades, so they're not gonna get anti-air. See, I'm assuming once again that the McCree called for that there, that he's gonna high noon and call for resources. Ooh. Okay. Good shatter block from blue team's Ryan, but, or good shatter from red team's Ryan, but the fight was already kind of over. But that's what I mean, like, that right there is an example of how to turn the fight around with an ult that's losing than wasting your ult when you're already winning. He could have clutched it there, so maybe I'm wrong about who's smurfing on the red team. Okay, Blake comes out. Great ultimate by Zarya there. Oh my goodness. Really well played. Shatter to secure the kills. I respect it. Might as well. But it's a little bit of a problem situation here. It's a trade. They have to touch. Red team has to touch. Good touch by the red team. And blue team should be able to take this. I love watching lower rating games and how long it takes to actually just kill things. It's great. Oh, great touch by the ball there. I'm starting to actually lean towards the red team's ball being the smurf. Or red team's main tank. Because both times he used ults to turn the fight around. But I mean, his team couldn't follow up because the enemy team started using more ults. So this is actually a lot harder than I thought. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think I need to watch more of the red team's supports as well. I haven't been giving them too much attention, so I think I'm gonna try to focus on that this last round and maybe switch it up a little bit and go towards the blue team's tanks, because I'm assuming right now I'm leaning towards the 2 DPS, hit scan DPS on both teams as the Smurfs, but I probably have to watch this more than once. So you saw the red team's McCree's positioning there. That was really poor. He should never ever just be out on his own against the enemy team's comp. That's really bad positioning. And then the blue team's McCree actually matched and did the same things. So I'm starting to think neither McCrees are the Smurfs here. Let me go ahead and watch. Let's watch the other healer.
Thank you.
All right, so both teams have really interesting comps. I feel like they're not very cohesive, I guess is the term I would use.
Thank you.
I feel like Lucio would be way better than Zen, just so because they're running Ryan Zarya, just so we can have speed for our Ryan. He'll just get mowed over by the BAP. Okay. Still can't really tell. They're BAP. See, the BAP zoning. That's what happens when you just give BAPs a lot of space to do damage. I'm gonna give him one more shot. I want to see I think how he uses his transcendence here is going to indicate whether he's smurfing or not. Because Trank is a very important ultimate in this situation. So I want to see if he actually Tranks here or saves it for the Zarya. Okay. So I would have Tranked there personally as a Zen player. Like I said, if it's a losing fight, he could have turned that fight entirely around. The enemy Zarya is not even close to grab. So maybe his ult tracking's off as well. Or hers. Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna reconfirm that I think they're Widows, the Smurf. Okay. So I want to try to emphasize more on the blue team here because I still am very unsure after the first fight. Right guy on the Tracer. Pretty good movement as Tracer. You know, he's not. Oh, great kill on the Ana there actually. It looks like the blue team might actually take this. They have high noon and tank ults coming up. I don't know if this Tracer. I don't think she's smurfing, but I'm gonna see how she plays this fight. Okay. Okay, so this one was kind of hard to tell. I don't think the Tracer's smurfing, but I'm debating between the BAP and the Zarya actually. So there's like this weird order that I use to indicate how hard certain roles carry. So if first is your tanks. If you have bad tanks, you already lost the game. They are like they make the game 10 times harder if you have bad tanks. I think tanks is the most important role and the most carry potential role, as well as the role that pretty much indicates whether you're gonna win or lose. I'm gonna be real. Tanks are very important. And then if you have okay tanks, decent tanks, then it's the supports. And I actually think DPS is the last role that can hard carry in this game. I think tanks and support are the most important, and especially the tanks. So if their Zarya is doing well, then it's going to be hard for me to tell if the McCree or the BAP are actually the Smurf, because it's going to go in that order. So I think let's watch a little bit more of EnvyNo's gameplay and see if he's the reason why they won that, or maybe not. We're about to find out. Okay, that's all right. He still has bubbles up, so great block by Munchkin. Okay, so this is what I mean. The use of ults when the fight is already won is kind of questionable. But you kind of could get away with it in, you know, Koth because it's a deathmatch-esque type game mode. Let's go ahead and review Munching actually, because I think he's creating a lot of space for the team, and the way he moves and the way he uses the map and his shield is going to heavily dictate if he's a Smurf or not. So let's go ahead and watch this first fight. Or I guess this is the second fight because they lost the first fight.
This is gonna make you feel better.
Sorry, I'm on the wrong character. Okay. Good fire strike by him. Shields right back up. Oh. So a lot of the times, higher rated Rhines, they actually hold their shield up right after Zarya bubble runs out because it'll block the Ana anti-nade. That's a huge mechanical thing that differentiates a good Rhine and a bad Rhine. But I guess in that situation, maybe he knew that Ana already used nade and he didn't hold his shield up. But that's alright. I want to see how he plays the shatter out. So he's just massive shatter. But he took a little bit too much damage there, so it was hard to follow up. But I guess they won the fight. I feel like in Team 2, the enemy Rhine definitely could have shattered and turned the fight around there. I'm not sure why he didn't. Okay. So he's playing a little bit passive. I feel like if he knew that the Tracer was going in right there, he definitely should have been more aggressive. That Tracer should not have been trying to post bomb solo. Okay, so he holds his shield when no one's really doing anything to him, and then pins when everything's happening. Great block. That was more of a misplay by Levi's, I think, though. I think he felt pressured to shatter there because of, you know, they're at a one-fight territory. Okay, so I'm not sure if Munching is the Smurf. Let's go to let's watch NVNO on a different map. I'm between NVNO and Gamma right now. Actually, let's watch Gamma on the last map. I know his BAP was doing really well, but I don't know if it's because he's carrying or because the tanks are getting space. So let's see.
Capture the objective.
Poor Ride guy. It's always tough. Okay, great lamp. Really good lamp there. And then he knew that... It seemed like he saw D.Va was matrixing and wasn't shooting into the matrix. So, very smart. I like that he's controlling high ground. BAP excels on high ground, so that I think his intentions were good, but he didn't get enough help up there because he had to 1v1 the D.Va. But I'm starting to think Gamma might be the Smurf actually. Seems like a very smart player. The only problem is having high ground against Widowmakers is kind of tough because you can easily get picked off.
This is gonna make you feel better.
But I think he knew that the Widow died. So I do that often as well, where I preemptively use my shift as BAP because the fight's about to happen. Okay, aggressively going on the kill on his end here. He is abusing that immortality. Wow. Okay. Really good play by the BAP. He got full value from that immortality field right there. Using it aggressively, picking off people that didn't have any shield. That was really smart. This is a really smart player. Really good aim as well. Great window. Great lamp. You can tell by the lamp where it's positioned. He actually, that lamp actually helped with the shatter because it forced the enemy team to push past that little area to kill the lamp and be in a position where they easily got shattered. Yeah, I'm starting to think this one is the cooldowns. He didn't have to use shift there, but I think using shift preemptively, like almost like if you're running dive comp, you know, like right before the dive, so you can have that passive healing while the fight's going on. I think that's very, very good. Really good aim. He's definitely playing like a ranked player. But sometimes it's needed. Sometimes, you know, if you can take advantage of your lamp and use it to kill the enemy DPS, I think it's great. Especially in, like I said, this deathmatch type of game. Doing a great job at challenging Widow. Yeah, I think the BAP is... Let me just watch another map where he wasn't playing BAP and to see... It's okay. Killing Tracers is like one of the hardest things on him. Oh wow. He managed to still do it. I'm pretty sure Gamma is the Smurf on Team 1. It has to be. Great positioning. Great use of BAP lamps and taking advantage of players who are out of position. And that's totally okay. The fact, the movement, like the fact that it took Genji that long to kill him right there means he just has really good movement. And that is really telling of him being a higher rated player. Would have hit the sleep there if they didn't get bubbled and there wasn't the structure there, but I mean, still very good play. It's very, like he's aiming in that exact area. He or she, excuse me. Okay, so I'm pretty set on this one. Let's go ahead and watch this map. I think this is the map they lost, so it's gonna be a lot maybe easier to tell if he's on a losing map, just to see what he does to react to losing. Like a lot of people use ults differently when they're losing and play differently. Window here, great player. That window is literally the reason why that guy couldn't pull off the shatter. Yeah. Really good positioning. A lot of lower SR players as support, they like to like kind of misposition themselves, and hell, I do this sometimes too, where you misposition yourself to get off a heal. Like you see someone critical and you freak out and you're just standing out in the open trying to get those heals off. But he doesn't do that, so yeah, I'm assuming this is the Smurf. I think I'm... Oh, that sucks. That Matrix was right there too. Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure that Gamma is the Smurf on the blue team. I'm actually glad I went back and reviewed each role because blue team was kind of hard to tell, but now I'm getting more certain the more time I give each player. Let's see this fight actually. So yeah, Ana once again is all about positioning. Great sleep on the enemy Ana there. That's another thing. If you're playing Ana v Ana and you can try to like challenge the enemy Ana as much as you possibly can, it actually creates so much pressure and helps a ton, because you might catch the enemy Ana in a situation where, you know, your team is just owning the Rhine, but their Ana's too busy like trying to survive and waste nade on you because you're challenging her. So Yazana's all about cooldowns. Great nano there. Yeah, I think this is the Smurf. Okay. And I want to double check on the red team as well, just to make sure that this person's smurfing, because like I said, Widowmaker can be all aim, no brain, but the Widows with the brain are actually hard carry games, and let's see if he was able to do so.
Thank you.
Taking a pretty aggressive off angle here. I mean, he's really close to the McCree. Yeah, I was gonna say, he was really close to just getting flashbanged and thrown there. Okay. Now I'm not so sure. This is a good spot for Widow to be because of the angle, as well as, ooh, nice shot, as well as the minis right there. Yeah, I do think he's a Smurf. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here, guys. I'm pretty sure Team 1 Gamma, their flex support is the Smurf, and Team 2's Widowmaker as Rough is also the other Smurf. I'm 1000%. So I'm gonna call it there, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we're about to find out whether I'm right or wrong. Let's reveal it. Let's reveal it. Oh. What did I say? What did I say? I knew it. I'm so good at this. Let's go. And hopefully you guys could take some of the information that I mentioned and apply it to your own gameplay if you guys aren't GM and above, because that right there is proof. Right here, guys. I'm right. I would have felt so bad if I was wrong, guys. I would have felt so bad if I was just roasting the heck out of an actual GM player. But let's go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and if you guys want to check me out, I'm at twitch.tv/Fran, and shout out to Elahel for letting me do this. I actually had a ton of fun. I'm 1 for 1, excuse me, 100% win rate. Let's go, 100% win rate.